Good afternoon, YouTube. This is EconK88 and I am back in action. I do apologize to my subscribers and my regular followers for the long break, but I've just been really busy. Been out of town a couple different times and didn't really have a lot of time to upload videos. And I was in places that I was not really familiar with, but I'm back, just in case my haters and bashers thought I was gone for good. You're wrong. And where I am today is in Uptown, which is adjacent to downtown Toledo. Kind of a dead zone. Got a lot of homers around here that really believe they're going to revitalize this dead area. And they've got plenty of government boondoggle to fund their pipe dreams. What you see there is what's called the Hillcrest. It's a former hotel from many decades ago that was converted into, quote, market rate apartments. Oh geez, that's probably been, I don't know, a decade ago now, maybe even a little bit longer ago than that. But this is an old abandoned building that's part of this Uptown Green Park that was recently finished with 2 or 3 million of either state or federal grant dollars. I believe it came mostly from state funds to clean up former brownfields. You can see here some of the people that received some of the handouts from the project. So anyway, again, like I said, this is a park, another park in Toledo. I've never seen a place. Here's another funny thing. They built the parking spaces kind of backwards. And with all of the, for my local folks, for all of the roadways here in Toledo that could use a complete repaving, they just so happened to find the money to repave Madison, which is a very lightly traveled road. And they repaved that stretch because they didn't want a bumpy, pothole-filled road in front of this new park. Also over there you'll see the Lucas County Democratic Party headquarters, 1817 Madison. So that's also conveniently located right here adjacent to this couple $1 million handout park. Not really a whole lot of green space here. It looks like there's more concrete here than anything. And of course we can't have anything in Toledo without a mural, because we have a real love for murals here, regardless of how the money could be spent elsewhere. So just in case you're from Toledo and you haven't been down here to see this Uptown Green, there have been several newspaper articles written about it. I will post links to the from the local newspapers that have covered this park, because it took several years to build. These things actually moved. Not really a good idea. Probably just wind up being targeted by vandals and whatever. Over there what you see is the Cherry Street Mission soup kitchen, not the shelter. This is the soup kitchen. So this is pretty much Skid Row, and what this had been for decades really is I think they bought 14 separate lots that had all been abandoned, and they cleaned them up and then decided to create this park here. So again, folks, this is the type of stuff that we have to rally together to stop. This is money that is just horribly spent. This guy's over there talking about he's been sober for 180 days. No basketball courts, no softball diamonds. Not that we don't have a shortage of softball diamonds that aren't being used already in the city of Toledo. But other than a bunch of rah-rah and just kind of a handout to whatever company or companies were involved with constructing this park. Can probably follow the trail of political donations to who was granted the contract to build this place. Again, folks, I don't really care what party you belong to, Democrat, Republican, Green Party. You really should not be for this, especially in a depressed city like Toledo, to waste $2 million on this type of nonsense. Probably will be filled with litter, and there are several homeless people that frequent this area, so at least they'll have somewhere to hang out. There were supposed to be a couple, either one or two fountains here, stages, all sorts of stuff. So I don't know if they ran out of money or they just kind of realized that this was kind of a stupid idea. That's supposed to be something to do with rainwater runoff, and it looks like it travels down through here. So again, just a lot of silliness. Let's just be honest here. Again, I don't care what party you belong to. I don't care how much you love the outdoors, how much you love parks. This was a stupid idea, but in a town that has set a very strong track record of wasting money and parks, this is just one more step closer to bankruptcy. And I know most of the money came from the state of Ohio. Well, that doesn't make any difference to me. That's still somebody else's money that was wasted here. There are plenty of state highway roads that could have been repaved with this money, and this property could have just sat vacant as it had for decades prior. They'll probably have a couple meetings here every summer when the weather gets warmer, so the politicians can get in front of the cameras and talk about how great these murals are. And that building there, I believe, was given to ProMedica Corp, and they're supposed to open some type of medical clinic there. They're supposed to open some type of grocery store there, selling like organic food and things like that, because poor people don't have access to healthy foods. I'm not really sure poor people can afford organic food, but maybe they'll provide it at low cost. I'm not sure, but that building, as far as I understand, it was given to ProMedica. So ProMedica's been in the news here locally quite a bit. They're talking about building their headquarters, relocating their headquarters on the riverfront, but that's another story for another video. Somebody left a pitcher of beer, or maybe a pitcher of something else. It looks like beer. Quite a bit of abandonment around here. Looks like those used to be apartments at one time, but if anyone's living there now, it's homeless people. Pretty desolate. So what do you guys think that are from Toledo or not from Toledo? What do you guys think? I really want to know. Especially if you're for this, if you think this was a great idea, I'd like to know why. Because again, there isn't a swing set, not a slide, not a basketball court. You know, we're all about public health and people getting out and getting active. You know, what exactly are you going to do here? I suppose you could probably play frisbee, maybe walk the dog through here, but you know, if they're going to come through and pick up the garbage, here's a good place to start. I can see this place being completely filled with garbage before long. And also, who's going to maintain this park? Is it going to be City of Toledo and City of Toledo employees, which means the City of Toledo taxpayers are on the hook for added expenses, which means they either raise our taxes or we get less services elsewhere. And more than likely it'll be a combination of both. They'll raise our taxes and we'll get less services anyway. Seems to be a growing trend here throughout the Toledo area. And frankly, I'm beyond sick of it. And I wish more and more people here would take the same stand. And the way to take that stand is to voice your displeasure, disapproval for these types of wastes, and or stop voting. Again, I've said this over and over and over again. You folks that say, well, you never provide any solutions, EconCat, you just like to be a critic. Here are my solutions. I just gave you one. The next one is, again, stop voting for these levies. Stop voting for these extra fees and things. And if they want to continue to levy fees on us without us being able to vote for it, then it's time we start targeting particular, specific politicians who continue to support these things. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here because I'm at about 12 minutes on the video. But again, I'm back. I'm not sure how many videos I'll have here in the next month or so. I'm still pretty busy. And as usual, please subscribe, please comment. Thank you for watching. Please share this on all forms of social media that you have. Various internet blogs. Thanks for watching.